This video should be pretty short, 2i. It looks like a 21. Regular reminder that I hate how certain fonts have lowercase l, capital I, and the digit 1 all look exactly the same, but here's how we can do most of what we just did in this chapter with technology. So there's a bunch of detailed instructions on your notes. I'm not going to read these, but these are detailed instructions for what I'm going to show you, okay? And it's really good. Don't just watch this video. Watch the video and do the steps alongside of me. So to start, either go onto Canvas and look at those GeoGebra links at the top of Canvas, or you can type this stuff in manually. Now, however you get there, you should be able to get to the spreadsheet. So again, get to this place, pause the video, follow the steps, and get to this place before we move on so that you can be following along with me. It's going to be a lot more valuable if you go through it that way. So now, once you're over here, what you can do is you're going to go back and you're going to copy the data. Oh, wait, this is an image file. So you're going to copy the data, and if you were smarter than me, and you're going to put it into column A. So 31, 62. Normally you can copy and paste, but the way I'm doing notes for this class, I'm actually just writing on an image file instead of using the actual PDF that I give you guys. Anyway, you should be able to copy all the data from our fictional exam, and you can highlight it. You can either click and drag to highlight it, or you can click the A column, and that highlights everything perfectly like we want. We're going to make a histogram. So look at this button right here. It looks like a histogram. If you click it, we'll use one variable analysis. We have one variable. Remember, variable is some aspect of data. So we have 15 cases of data. Remember, cases are all the students. And then we recorded their exam numbers. Maybe we recorded other things about those students as well, but here we only have one variable, namely a numerical discrete variable, okay? And it's going to automatically generate a histogram. This histogram doesn't look quite like our histogram did. Let's make it look like our histogram. So we're going to edit it by going into the settings. It's like a settings cog or a wheel. We want to set the classes manually. So we're going to click this option. And I want to make it look like our histogram. Our histogram started at 29.5. And each size of our box, our class width, our bin size was 10. Now, hopefully, once we've done this, we can click the settings wheel to exit out. Does this look like our histogram? Yeah, it does. And you can see that they actually did something a little bit more visually satisfying, right? It's still writing 30 to 40 like this, but they just offset the boxes a little bit so there's no ambiguity. That's another good way of doing it too. And what if we wanted a dot plot? Go up here to where it says histogram and click it. There's a dot plot right there. The dot plot should look a little similar. Their dots are floating a little higher. My dots are old birthday balloons with no helium, but should be the same shape. What if we want a box plot? Does this look like our box plot from the last video? I hope so. Let's check. How similar do these two things look? Oh, they look real similar. Nice. They use a big vertical bar for the max and the min. I use a small vertical bar, but both are fine. Okay? They're the same graphs. Great. But wait, there's more. So GeoGebra is great for visualizing data, for getting that histogram, getting the box plot, getting the dot plot, seeing the data. But it can also give you your statistics. It tells you how many samples, what's our sample size? There were 15 students, that's our N. Tells you the average exam score, that mean was 80. it tells you, oh, wow, it gives us both standard deviations. If this was the full population, we'd look at population standard deviation of 17. But if this data came from a sample, we'd look at S, the sample standard deviation of 17.75. So it tells us some other things we didn't really talk about. We have our 5-number summary here. The minimum, the first quartile, the median, the second quartile, the third quartile, the maximum. It gives us a 5-number summary. It gives us all this data. So it's important to know how to do it by hand. But for the future, go ahead and just use GeoGebra to find this stuff out. Okay? And just think about those formulas for interpreting what we have. When we have S, remember S, that was our sample standard deviation, the standard deviation we use when our data comes from a sample. That was the average distance from the mean. We found all the distances. We found their averages, okay? And so on. We can check our answers with a lot of stuff over here, okay? That's how we can use GeoGebra. That's basically this whole video, okay? I don't think there's anything else I wanted to tell you about. Again, you have all the written instructions for how to do what we just did. That's basically it. Enjoy. Let me know if you have any tech questions. No tech question is too dumb. Okay, I don't mind helping with that. Good luck and have fun.